Content warning for transphobia, racism, biphobia, and brief mentions upon femphobia and fatphobia. Disclaimer, before we get into this video, I'm not trying to say you have to have sex with anyone. I'm just trying to say don't be racist, transphobic, fatphobic, etc. So this isn't one of those clickbait videos where I say, actually it is real, oh my god, never mind. I'm deadass saying a lot of these preferences are fake. Hey everyone, we're going to be talking about preferences today. This topic's brought up every so often, whether it be on a Grindr profile or that dude that grabs you at the bar when you forgot your pack here and he has the audacity to be mad at you? We'll be focusing on genital and racial preferences today, but make no mistake, there are plenty of folks that are affected by this. Also, just to get this out of the way, we're not talking about fetishization in this video. That would be a completely different video. This video is probably going to be long enough. For the uninitiated, sexual preferences refer to people who require their partners to have certain features, whether that be a specific set of genitals or a certain skin color or any number of problematic things. It would typically work out that this person would be cis, or sometimes, but not always, like a post-op trans person, or white passing. And as I said in the disclaimer, you can like what you like. You don't have to be attracted to all trans people, or all BIPOC people, or anyone for that matter. Just know that these preferences don't exist in a vacuum. In truth, the willingness for folks to accept this is rooted in how society conditions us to see certain people. In the case of trans people, it's cisnormativity that puts cis people at the ideal, cis people as the thing to strive to, what is normal, what is wanted, while trans people are seen as abhorrent. You can see this in a lot of our media where cis men get with trans women and then they throw up.
What were you doing in the bar if you didn't know?
There's a lot of vomit. I don't actually know why. Like, I guess it's so disgusting to live your truth, right? While for BIPOC, the sexual racism that we experience is stemmed in white supremacy and colorism, where whiteness or white features are seen as the ideal, where beauty standards tend to revolve around white features and paleness. Let's focus back on genital preferences, but let's also ignore a century of systematic oppression, much like everyone on Grindr does, for an exercise. Consider the following. You are in a group of cis people, of the gender or genders you are attracted to. You get to talking with one. You're really into them, they're really attractive to you, and you take them back home. There, they tell you their genitals don't perform in the way that you necessarily expect them to. Whether it be vaginismus or erectile dysfunction or any other thing like that. What would you do? There's no right or wrong answer to this. Some people may choose to still play with them, or some people may leave or just simply talk with them in their bed, or wherever, I guess. Regardless, I tend to not see no guys with erectile dysfunction on Grindr profiles. But I tend to see no trans people on Grindr profiles. There are many scenarios for a cis person's genitals to not work the way you expect them to. They could not be into penetrative sex, or they could be asexual and sex repulsed, all of which tend to not make it into a dating profile. And don't get me wrong, I don't want people to exclude any of those other people as well. Well, gee, Max, I bet you're saying, when you put it that way, it sounds like they're specifically targeting trans people. Exactly! Opening back up the racial preferences and other preferences as well, if you're not attracted to a certain race or size or anything else kind of like that, ask yourself why. As a black man, something I hear often is that black men are so ghetto. And while that statement carries a lot of racialized classism, and there's a lot to unpack there, it is a generalization. In the case of the gay community, these are typically the same men who hate it when you say all gay men are femmes, because they're the mask for mask queens too. But then they generalize a whole ass race. Other than skin color and some features which manifest differently on people, where someone who is 100% black may not look black, but there are no real differences between white and black people. Old school anthropology is bunk, and if you believe that, you owe me an anthro apology. Furthermore, attraction's multifaceted. It's sights, it's sounds, it smells, personality. It's so much more than your skin color, or a cock and balls, or size of your belly, or anything like that. Well, damn, Max, you might be saying. I think I may have done or said some of that stuff. How do I deprogram myself of this harmful behavior? Well, I have great news for you. You came to the right place. The first couple of steps are easy. However, solidifying this stuff in yourself will take time, certainly. It's something you've been told your entire life, or something that you've been watching, something that you've been looking at your entire life. It is kind of hard to deprogram these things, and I'm not saying that it's easy. Well, I'm not saying that all of it is easy, but the first step is relatively simple. Take exclusionary things off your profile. No one wants to see that. Even dudes that you're attracted to will think twice about messaging you. I can't tell you how many times a mask for mask cigarette emoji hit me up just so I could be like, haha, no bitch, nails emoji. Next, give us a shot. I'm assuming if you made it this far, you're not super racist or transphobic such that you would cause harm to someone who looks like me. However, if you are, stop. Leave us alone. Seriously. We don't need any murders. We don't need any more murders this year, or next year, or any of the other years. Leave us the fuck alone. Otherwise, if you see someone that you're attracted to and they happen to be trans, talk to them. Don't assume things about them that you wouldn't assume if they were cis. On my channel, I'll throw up a card up above. I have a video that has some rules of interaction with trans men. Just go peep it if you are confused about any of this stuff. And really, in between these two steps, you should be educating yourself with varied resources and all that good stuff. Also, don't fetishize people, but we'll talk about that next time. So that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube stuff. My links are down in the description, both safe for work and not safe for work. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll catch you next week. Okay, bye.